Debt is bad. We hear it all the time, don't we? It's a financial bogeyman lurking in the shadows. But while we scrimp and save, the wealthy play by different rules. They borrow millions and their wealth multiplies. How can that be? The rich don't fear debt, they leverage it. Debt is a tool, one that can build or destroy. It's time to expose the debt deception and learn to make debt work for us. Debt comes in two forms: bad debt and good debt. Bad debt traps you in endless payments, like credit cards and payday loans. Good debt, however, builds wealth, investing in real estate or businesses. Let's talk about bad debt. This is the debt that keeps you up at night, the debt that whispers anxieties in your ear as you try to fall asleep. It's the kind of debt that feels inescapable, like quicksand slowly dragging you down. Bad debt is insidious. It often starts innocently enough. A little credit card swipe here, a seemingly manageable car payment there. But before you know it, these seemingly small commitments snowball into a mountain of debt that feels impossible to overcome. You're stuck in a cycle of making minimum payments, only to see the interest charges eat away at any progress you make. The worst part? Bad debt offers no way out. You're not investing in your future, you're not building wealth, you're simply treading water, desperately trying to stay afloat. Every penny you pour into servicing this debt is a penny lost from building a brighter financial future. Now, you might be wondering, if bad debt is so harmful, why is it so easy to get caught in its web? The answer is both complex and disheartening. The system is often designed to steer you towards bad debt. Think about it. Credit card offers flood your mailbox, promising enticing rewards and low introductory rates. Car dealerships lure you in with zero down payment schemes and extended loan terms. Payday loan centers pop up on every corner, offering quick cash with astronomical interest rates. But try securing a loan to start a business, invest in real estate, or further your education, ventures with the potential for real returns. And you'll likely encounter roadblocks at every turn. The requirements are stricter, the interest rates less forgiving, and the approval process far more daunting. It's a system that often seems designed to keep the wealthy wealthy and the struggling trapped in a cycle of debt. Bad debt is the fuel that keeps the rat race running. It keeps you tethered to a job you might dislike, working tirelessly to make ends meet, with little to no room for financial growth. This is, sadly, the reality for millions of people, stuck in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, constantly chasing their financial tails. They are told that the key to financial freedom is to work hard, climb the corporate ladder, and hope for a comfortable retirement. But, what if there's another way? What if true financial freedom comes not from working for money, but from making your money work for you? This is the power of good debt, the secret weapon the wealthy use to build empires. And it's time you understood how to wield it too. Now, let's flip the script and talk about good debt. Debt is just a tool. Like fire, it can burn your house down or keep you warm. Good debt helps you build wealth by acquiring income-generating assets. It's about playing the long game and making strategic decisions. The wealthy understand a fundamental truth. It takes money to make money. They don't shy away from debt. They embrace it. But they do so with a clear purpose and a well-defined strategy. They use debt to acquire income-generating assets, things that put money in their pockets, not drain it. Imagine this. You take out a loan to buy a rental property. The rent you collect from tenants covers the mortgage payment, leaving you with a little extra cash flow each month. Over time, the property appreciates in value, building equity. You've essentially used debt to create a passive income stream and grow your wealth. This is just one example of how good debt can be used to build wealth. The key is to focus on acquiring assets that have the potential to generate income and appreciate over time. Real-world examples of good debt. The concept of good debt might seem a bit abstract, so let's take a look at some real-world examples. Real estate is a classic case. Many people use mortgages to buy their first homes. While a mortgage is technically a debt, it allows you to build equity in an asset that typically appreciates over time. Another example is starting or investing in a business. Taking on debt to fund a promising venture can lead to significant returns if the business takes off. Of course, this does come with risks, but smart entrepreneurs use debt strategically to fuel their growth. Even investing in the stock market can be considered good debt if done wisely. Margin loans, for instance, allow you to borrow money to invest in stocks, potentially amplifying your returns. However, it's crucial to remember that leverage can also magnify losses, so careful consideration and risk management are absolutely essential. Leverage, the key to exponential growth. The real magic of good debt lies in the power of leverage. Leverage is essentially using borrowed money to amplify your returns. It's a bit like using a lever to lift a heavier object than you could with just your bare hands. When you use debt to acquire an income-generating asset, you're essentially controlling a larger asset than you could afford outright. This allows you to participate in a larger portion of the potential profits. For example, imagine you have £50,000 to invest in real estate. You could buy a small property outright, or you could use that £50,000 as a down payment on a larger property, leveraging the bank's money to control a more substantial asset. The key to using leverage effectively is to ensure that the return on your investment, or ROI, is higher than the interest rate on your debt. The system's role. Debt has two faces: bad debt shackles, good debt empowers, but the system isn't neutral. It's designed to steer most people towards bad debt while reserving good debt for a select few. Daily, you're bombarded with credit card and loan offers, forms of bad debt. The system thrives on your debt, profiting from the interest you pay. One of the clearest examples of financial disparity is the stark difference in interest rates. High-interest credit cards trap many in a cycle of debt. Meanwhile, loans for investments or businesses have lower rates, but stricter qualifications. This system widens the gap, favouring the wealthy while burdening the struggling. Another crucial factor contributing to this imbalance is the lack of financial education. Most people are never taught the difference between good debt and bad debt, let alone how to leverage good debt to build wealth. We're taught to fear debt, to avoid it at all costs. This fear prevents us from exploring the potential of good debt and keeps us trapped in a cycle of financial scarcity. Meanwhile, those who come from wealthy families often benefit from generational financial literacy. They learn about investing, leverage, and wealth-building strategies from a young age, giving them a significant head start in the game of finance. This education gap is a major obstacle for many people who aspire to build wealth. Without a solid understanding of financial principles, it's easy to fall prey to predatory lending practices and make financial decisions that keep you stuck in a cycle of debt. So, how do we break free from this system and start using debt to our advantage? It starts with education. It's time to unlearn the fear-based narratives surrounding debt and equip ourselves with the knowledge and tools to make informed financial decisions. There are countless resources available: books, podcasts, online courses that can teach you the fundamentals of personal finance, investing, and wealth building. Seeking out this knowledge is the first step towards taking control of your financial future and leveraging the power of good debt. Remember, financial literacy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the key to understanding how the system works, identifying opportunities, and making choices that align with your financial goals. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. Once you understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, you can start making strategic decisions that align with your financial goals. You can break free from the cycle of high-interest debt and start leveraging the power of good debt to create a more abundant future. Remember, the wealthy don't play by a different set of rules. They simply understand the rules of the game better. It's time to level the playing field by equipping ourselves with the knowledge and tools to win at the game of finance. Start learning, start investing in yourself, and watch as you unlock opportunities you never thought possible. You've seen the contrast between good debt and bad debt. Now, let's equip you with the tools to escape bad debt and start leveraging good debt to build lasting wealth. Take a deep breath, gather your financial statements, and assess your current debt situation. Every pound freed from bad debt is a step toward building wealth. The first order of business is tackling those high-interest debts that are draining your income and keeping you stuck in a cycle of financial strain. This is about taking a proactive, strategic approach to eliminate bad debt as quickly and efficiently as possible. Start by creating a detailed budget that tracks your income and expenses. Identify areas where you can cut back on unnecessary spending and redirect those funds towards debt repayment. Consider using the snowball method, where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first to build momentum and motivation. Next, explore options for lowering your interest rates. Contact your credit card companies and negotiate for lower rates. You might be surprised at how often they're willing to work with you, especially if you have a good payment history. Consider consolidating your debt with a lower interest personal loan to simplify your payments and potentially reduce your overall interest costs. Building your empire, using debt to acquire assets. With bad debt slowly melting away, you can now shift your focus to the exciting part, using good debt to acquire income-generating assets. This, honestly, is where the real wealth-building magic happens. Remember, the key is to invest in assets that have the potential to generate passive income and appreciate in value over time. This could include rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or even investing in a business venture with strong growth potential. Before taking the leap, thorough research and due diligence are, well, absolutely essential. Don't jump into anything blindly. Educate yourself about different asset classes, understand the risks involved, and seek advice from financial professionals if needed. Remember, Knowledge is your best defense against making costly mistakes. The art of leverage. Multiplying your returns. Leverage is a powerful tool that, when used responsibly, can significantly amplify your returns. It's about using borrowed money to control a larger asset than you could afford outright, allowing you to participate in a larger portion of the potential profits. Imagine you're buying a rental property. Instead of using all your cash for a down payment, you could use a mortgage to leverage your investment. This allows you to control a more substantial asset with a smaller upfront investment, potentially generating higher cash flow and appreciation. However, it's crucial to remember that leverage is a double-edged sword. While it can amplify gains, it can also magnify losses if the investment doesn't perform as expected. So, it's vital to use leverage cautiously, manage your risk effectively, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Mastering the game. Financial education for lasting wealth. The journey to financial freedom is an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and making informed decisions. Financial literacy is not a destination. It's a lifelong pursuit. The good news is, there's never been a better time to access financial education resources. From books and podcasts to online courses and financial advisors, a wealth of information is available at your fingertips. Start by expanding your knowledge of investing, budgeting, and wealth-building strategies. Explore different investment philosophies, understand the principles of risk management, and learn how to create a financial plan that aligns with your goals and values. Remember, the more you learn, the more confident and empowered you'll become in making sound financial decisions that lead to lasting wealth and financial freedom. Debt, tool or trap? Debt is a double-edged sword, capable of building prosperity or causing financial ruin. The key lies in understanding its nuances and using it strategically. Recognize the difference between bad debt and good debt. With knowledge, debt transforms from a trap into a tool for growth. Join the conversation. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt trapped by the weight of bad debt? Have you experienced the transformative power of leveraging good debt to achieve your financial goals? Share your experiences, insights, and questions in the comments below. Let's break the taboo surrounding debt and create a space for open, honest dialogue. Let's empower each other with knowledge, support, and encouragement as we navigate the complexities of personal finance and strive to create a brighter financial future for ourselves and generations to come. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Together, let's rewrite the rules of the game and build a world where financial freedom is accessible to everyone, regardless of their starting point. Subscribe to the channel for more insights on escaping the rat race and building real, lasting wealth.